ஒரு வாட்டி யூடியூப் செக் பண்ணுங்க. இல்லை நீங்கள் செக் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. பிரச்சனை. டேய் சே சரி விடு. All right. No space for you. Check that. I don't know. Can you see the projector from here? Then okay. Then no. Yes. Okay. Very good morning, warriors. Good morning. First class, excited, right? Okay, perfect. Great. I think a couple of you I met in the orientation. Yes. Newcomers after that? Anyone? Newcomers. Oh, okay. Quite a crowd. Perfect. Good enough. Does someone know my name? I only go by the name Rahul. There is no sir and all in my class at least. Okay. Quite too young to get a third title and all right now, so doesn't work with me. A simple Rahul will do for me. Okay. Just treat me as your friend. That's good enough for me. For one more reason that I just see some people a little elderly to me also, so I feel a little devastated when someone calls me sir and otherwise. Yes. So no logics on those lines. It's gonna work with a simple model. I come to the class at 7 o'clock sharp. Right. Today we are starting what? 7 minutes late. Yes, this is the first and the last time this is happening. It is not going to happen after that. 7 o'clock is when the class starts. You be in the class at 7 o'clock or you log in, whatever it is. Yes, we'll be giving you Google Meet links or whatever links it is. But on 7, you should be in the class or you should look at the class. Either way it works. It doesn't work on any late model. You miss out a second also, things will go for a toss. Okay, I will make it very clear to you right away. For the first initial classes, you will have a walkthrough with me. We'll do a cakewalk, We'll not even get into the subject. We'll understand what the subject is. But when the subject starts, you blink an eye and the subject is over. That's all. Okay, things will go to that speed level and you have to be accumulated to that because that's how the market also works. Okay, it's not a cakewalk anymore. You have come from what foundation? Huh? What do you call it now? Foundation, is it? Okay, some are coming from BCom. You have direct entries also here? You have direct entries? Okay, perfect. So you have direct entries, you have foundation. Yes, all those times were gone. Okay, all those luxury and all which you had in your life where you were sitting in 12th standard, you're sitting in college, enjoying life, bunking, looking at people, staring at their faces, give me your phone number, give me this number, that number, all gone. Okay, life is gone, life is dead end after that. Things have started very differently now. Okay, you've entered a very beautiful course, so as to speak at least. Yes, so as to speak at least, you have entered a very beautiful course, but that's all for me to say because na pass panitan. Yes, you will know things very differently. You will come and say, Rahul, now you're talking all nonsense because you have completed your CA final, but when you come into this course for the next 9 months, life is going to be fun. It's fun for me, not for you. It's going to be very fun for me. It's going to be differently fun for you. Yes, because every single day when I come to the class, if it's going to be very, what was I telling? It's going to be fun for me. It's going to be differently fun for you because I will come to the class every day with a smile. Yes, you will start the first day with a smile. The smile will somewhere fall. And the economics la padichirpeenga, law of diminishing padichirkeenga, adhe logic da. Yes, you start with some excitement, you come to some point. Yes, that is where I come into picture. My logic is very simple. That smile which starts on the first day is the smile which we end on the last day. Okay, that is what I am here for. Subject illa, content na solra. Okay, na kudukkira content la I will ensure that you get a smile at the end of the day. அதுக்கு வீட்டுக்கு போயிட்டு நீ படிச்சுட்டு பாஸ் ஆகிறது உன்னோட நிலைமை. Okay, that is not something which I can promise to you. That is a part of your responsibility on the market. Clear or not? Rule number 2. In my class, I don't see someone responding. Your November directly becomes, it is only May for you. Yes, the logic is very simple. This is not a subject where you can go and you can just look at my face and you can see what I'm talking and you can go home. Not happening, okay? Unless you understand the subject with me, it will never work out. I have told you in the first orientation itself, this is one of the most toughest subject in the group 1. One of the most toughest subject in the group 1, at the same time the most interesting one also. Interesting is because I am teaching, right? Toughest is because it is tough, that is all. Yes, the logic is very simple on those lines only. If you do not respond to me, things are already going for a toss, okay? That said, I am not going to expect you to come and tell me today itself what is income tax, what is the tax rate and all. That is what my responsibility is. I will ask you the most basic of the question, okay? Please respond to me accordingly. Yes will do. And the nelam matta vachukonga, please have that kind of respect, because otherwise things are going for a toss. I make it very clear on the first day of the class itself. You have come for what attempt, people? November? You come for November 23. That is the only attempt which you have. Yes or no? Adukku mela pocha unnoda numbers. Yes. Anyone planning for May today itself, let me know. Not a place for you because of my subject. Because of my subject. This is not a subject which can change. This is a subject which can change. Okay. What is there in November is not what is there in May. I'll make it very clear to you. You are there for November. You are only there for November. Okay. If you come to May, next day you have to come back to the class and come and say me, Rahul, I'm coming for May. Next class, come and tell me next batch when is it starting. That is how the rule is. Okay. You will know why. You will know why this is a subject like that. It only works for 1 May and 1 November. The moment November is gone, the next May is already come into picture. New batch for me, new fund for me, same students for me. Yes sir, no? Same students, huh? Not the same kind of students. Clear? Yes. This is the kind of thought which I wanted to put as of now itself. Second thing, for those who might not have realized, when I started the class itself, I used a word called good morning. I use the word called as warriors. It's very simple. For me, students are one side of the story. Okay. For me, when I come to the class itself, I look at warriors only right now. The reason is very simple. You might not be the soldiers on the field, but you're running a battle, yes or no? Yes. It is not a battle of CA. It is a battle of willpower. You might have known from your foundation exam itself the kind of pressure you are going through. Okay. The pressure was never there. Honestly speaking, you have learned the same subjects you have done in 12th standard, yes or no? Yes or no? You have done the same subjects you have done in 12th standard, but the pressure in 12th was very different from the pressure in foundation. In fact, in 12th you have to sit and write. In foundation you have 2 papers, MCQ also. Things are that easy, but still so much pressure, so much hype. Boss, this is not happening, that is not happening. Pass panno, fail panno, therili enagadu. Very simple. The mental pressure is very high in the subject. Okay. The course becomes very difficult just because of the hype which the market has created for you. That's all. Okay. Tomorrow you go into the market, you come and say, na CA pandra, people will look at your face like this and they'll come and say, hey, in the moonji vandu pass aguma illana theriliye. And the mari irukum. Correct or not? Yes. And the hype lane inga tension aiduveenga. What you saw in foundation was ittusa. What you are going to see in inter is ittusa. What you see in foundation final is out only. Yes, because by the time you reach finals, you will have your articleship and all gone. You will have seniors choosing, failing, so many seniors failing, so many seniors passing, so many seniors come and questioning you. Life will be very different in finals. And jolly mood vera level for me at least, not for you. Right? The point is that things are going to go very difficult from today onwards. From today onwards, it's going to go very difficult, not because of the subject. I can promise you it is not the subjects. Okay, all the 8 papers I have gone through twice now, in finals also, in inter also. So I know how the subjects are. Today I might be a faculty of tax, but I can still come and promise you that the other subjects are also in my head very clear as possible. Okay, because the subjects are like that. We have devised this course in a very beautiful manner that the subjects are relevant as it can be. Okay, so the subject is not difficult. What is difficult is your pressure which you're facing. Okay, that is why I keep coming and telling people as warriors here, because the kind of pressure which a soldier also goes through the battlefield is the same matter. Yes, he might die, he might live, but at the end of the day, the thought in his head itself is very different, because he has to leave his family and go home. Yes, he has to sit there. He has to, I don't know, some strict atmosphere and all there. He has to survive there, right? You're into the same kind of logic. The only thing is that he is doing it on a battlefield and you are doing it here in a mental field. Okay, keep your mind as clear as possible. This is what my only thought is. Yes, thoughts will come, thoughts will go. You will see people enjoying in life outside. Beyond this premises, beyond this 4 walls, there will be some people outside. Your BCom friends, your MBA friends, your BCom marketing friends, your BCom honor friends, your other friends, someone who did not even choose to do college itself, someone who's got already married. Their life will be very different. Yes, they will come and have movies, parties. Someone is drunk, someone is doing some nonsense, someone is going for clubbing and all. You will look at their face and they'll be like, "Dey, ipdi pandra da, enakku ennada aachu." Correct? That kind of thoughts will be there. But understand, this is only a matter of 3 more years. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, for 3 years. Ada? Articleship. It was earlier 4 years, now it has become 3 years because of your new syllabus coming into picture. With the new syllabus coming into picture, your articleship period is going to reduce to 2 years. After that, second 2.5 years, you will be writing your exams. Yes, and the 2.5 years, when you pass aitana, 4 months later, you will have your result and you will be all. Huh? Party. You'll be all CA by the end of third year. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. 3 years is what I'm giving a condition, assuming. Assuming? Hey, listen. Assuming what? Assuming you pass, you will pass. Eventually you will pass. You will pass when? First attempt. First attempt. You pass in your first attempt is when these things change. Passing and all is not a big thing. You can pass at 68 years of age also. Do you want to stick to this course for 68 years is your question. Yes, sir. That is the choice you have to make for yourself. Clear? Yes. Keeping the thought in mind is when I wanted to give an introduction for the classes which we are going to go forward with. Yes, in the morning slots, I think, I'm assuming, I'm not sure. The morning slots will be completely occupied with either direct tax or with your accounts classes. Okay. Your second half will be occupied with your, I think, law and costing. That's what the plan of action is. Your indirect tax classes would most likely be in your weekend slots. Okay, that's how the plan of action is. Yes, this is subject to changes based on the availability of faculties and based on the convenience of the students. It will all be priorly intimated at the point of time, but as long as I am in the class, there will not be any leaves. I can assure you to that extent. எனக்கு எந்த season இருந்தாலும் என்ன pressure இருந்தாலும் இங்க வந்து தான் எனக்கு அந்த நிலம் வரும். Yes, I will be in the class every day. If you ask me, can you bear me for every day is the question you need to ask yourself. Okay? That is what we need to understand as we go forward on the journey. Clear? This is what the thought is. But yes, I wanted to probably take you through what the subjects are right now. You have these 8 subjects for your syllabus, yes or no? These are the 8 subjects which you have for your syllabus. Someone coming and asking me, Rahul, new syllabus, November applicable, are you teaching me old syllabus, you're teaching me useless syllabus? No. It has been clarified that the old syllabus is still applicable for November 23. Rahul, up May 24, what will happen? Do you want to know? Do you care? You want to know? Yeah, நீங்க அங்க எழுத போறீங்களா? Is someone planning to write May 24? May 24 எழுத போறீங்க? There'll be certain amendments in this subject itself for you. We will discuss as we go forward. I think the Finance Act has already come into picture, and to my understanding, the amendments are not so great, but okay, whatever it is. May 24 is the time. If you are going into May 24, maybe the syllabus will change. For those people who are worrying, Rahul, if not November, what will happen? Anyone? Don't worry. In case someone having the thought also, Rahul, if I don't pass in November, May, what will happen? Should I again read for new syllabus? Not required. ICI is not that crude also. Even if the new syllabus gets introduced in May 24, you will still have a period of time. Okay, and the transition period. So in the transition period, you will be given at least 2 to 3 more attempts for you to complete your old syllabus itself. So don't worry about it. By the time you reach finals, definitely the new syllabus will be in picture for your finals. Finals. Clear? Yes, these are your 8 subjects for your old syllabus. In this, my leg comes in paper number 4. My leg comes in paper number 4. In paper number 4 itself, you'll realize that there are 2 splits. One is your direct tax, other is your direct taxes. I handle the vast subject of direct taxes, which is only constituting 60 marks. It is only constituting 60 marks, but the weightage of the syllabus is 150 marks. Okay, the content which you have in 60 marks is the content equal to your accounts paper of 100 marks. And the level. Yes, so we will read so much, and then we will understand what to write for example. It's basically they say, no, you read the ocean and then you write only water. Yes, you read the ocean, you write only water. That's what we are going to do. We are reading the ocean, and then we'll come and understand how much we need to read for the sea level, how much you'll remember for your ocean level, and then how much will you write for your water level, so that you get your marks for droplets. Yes, no, huh? No, that is not the thought in action. I told you in the very start of it itself, plan like you're writing for a rank. Plan like you're writing for a rank. That is when you will plan for your exemption. Come down to your, you already have the thought of passing, paper is already over. Okay, that's not the thought. Again, let me clarify to you, when it comes to paper number 4, while there are two subjects called direct tax and indirect tax, for some reason, at least basis my past experience, what has happened is people have scored a pass mark or an exemption to that matter only because of this subject. Okay, while people do come and say indirect tax is easy, it was easy. After GST came into picture, for some reason ICI is also playing with you people. Okay, so adanal indirect tax has gone to a different level now, and so people are only passing because of direct tax. People are only passing because of direct tax. It's a paper of 60 marks. I'm not expecting 60. It will not happen. It will not happen. I will tell you itself right away, because you might read with me for 60 marks. ICI will out of the blue ask for the 65th mark. That is how the logic is. Yes, DT, what we are reading for inter syllabus is very vast, but then the final syllabus is even more vaster. And for some reason, ICI has that kind of happiness, that they will test you what? They'll test you finals for inter. Yes, this is what happens in the market. You can't help it also, and it's bound to happen. They are just simply getting you ready, saying that when you enter the market, no one is going to come and teach you, yes or no. And market someone coming and saying file your return. What will you come and say? Wait, I will ask Rahul and come and teach me how to file return, and then I will do it for you. That time you have to sit and read on your own. That is what they're planning for right now. Okay, I'm making it extremely clear today itself. While you read for 60 marks, ICI will still ask for 65th mark only. Okay, but it does not mean that everything is going to come out of the syllabus. No, it is going to be hardly 3-4 marks max to max. Okay, so at any given point of time, a student cannot score 60, but you can at best score. Hey, calculate 3-4 na out of the syllabus na, how much can you score 4 na 55. Round off down na round up. He's optimistic. Prudence concept. Very good. Prudence le fail agla theriyuma. Yes, the point is very simple. You can score at least a 55 to 57 marks. Yes, that is the responsibility which I have with you. 55 to 57 you can score in direct tax itself na. Indirect tax you don't write also, you will somehow pass. Idhula neenga konjam aache eludinga exemption 8 mani vandrum. Yes or no? Yes or no? That is the plan of action which we are going to have as we go forward. So this is what your paper is. Paper number 4A is what we are going to discuss from the perspective of direct taxes. Yes. Before I start the subject, there are certain rules which I follow in the class. Okay. First rule I already told you. We have to be at sharp 7 o'clock. We have to be at sharp 7 o'clock. Class does not start beyond 7. Yes. Class will start at 7 o'clock. The only person who can come late to the class is no one. Hello, no one. No one can come late to the class. Even I cannot take that kind of excuse. There could be only one reason, that I fell on the road somewhere. That's all. There cannot be any reason why I have come late for the class. No matter what happens, I will ensure I am on the class on time. Clear? Yes. Other people are also supposed to be in the class, whether it is online or offline, your mercy. Yes. People who are there with me on the physical model, please continue this journey along with me till you're planning to come till the date of exam, then your choice. Please continue with me at least till the batch ends. Until the batch ends, I expect that everyone who's joining me for physical joins me for physical. The reason is very simple. Online, you might hear me, you might understand the subject, but what you see in front of you are your set of friends, your new set of friends. Okay, this is the kind of fun which we had when we were doing our intern and finals at least. Yes, that time and all, online was never a concept. Yes, that time and all, it was you come to the class 6 in the morning, you will get the class in the 6 in the morning. And that was the kind of fun which we had, because friends are only made in your physical interaction. Okay, the friends which you make on Facebook, one thing what will happen, the moment you write an hi message, next moment you are blocked only. That's all will happen. Yes, either you write to females and all, definitely block only. Whom am I targeting? How many times you have blocked, you itself know. I don't have to tell you that. Yes, the point is very simple. All these kind of physical interactions can only happen in the class, and it's important. One thing which is very going out in the market is that the networking which you do with your own peer groups. Yes, the kind of networking goes a very long way, because tomorrow you don't know when this person will become useful in your life. Yes or no? You might have already realized the foundation itself, no? Foundation, how many friends of your foundation have come with you till inter? You know the answer. Yes, you might have said you started in the same Shankarayan foundation with some 60-65 people. People who passed was around 10-12. That over 10-12 people passed. Balance people are still waiting back for foundation. Now you are their seniors. Yes, tomorrow you will become a junior. Vanama. Don't get to that scenario itself. Don't come and send someone that was, I love direct tax so much that I'm sitting for the 5th attempt here. No. Okay, there are better ways to learn direct tax also. After you clear also, you can learn direct tax with me. There is no second thought about it. Idukku nee ukkandite class la mattam 5 days you want to do, not required. Okay, don't get to that scenario. You are someone's senior right now. Let's continue that kind of journey. Okay, don't become someone's junior. The moment your friends next to your face, if that becomes your senior, no, he will look at very differently tomorrow. Sir, no. No, let's not get to that position itself. My thought is very simple. The one who comes and takes the efforts, getting up in the morning at 5 o'clock, traveling and coming to the class itself, half the battle is won there itself. Yes, because the kind of willpower you're maintaining to the batch end, that itself will make the answer. Yes, and the willpower for you to come to the class itself, till the batch end itself will make an impact for you. That itself will somewhere help you pass. That is what my thought is. Again, I'm not telling people not joining online and all will fail. No. Just that they will not have that kind of fun which you people will have when it comes to your physical interaction with students. They will be interacting with you on a Telegram or WhatsApp and all. You might not have seen their face, but for some reason you will get attracted to them. Other vishayam. Yes. Rule number 2, I am not sure. Is your groups and all created right now? Your groups are created? Okay. Please maintain decorum in the group. Please maintain decorum in the group. I do not like these kind of practices. I'm not in the group, but I'm just saying, I might be added in the group in the sometime future. Okay. Please maintain that kind of decorum in the group. No nonsense going on in the group. And the kala katala ukandite good morning friends and the what nonsense will happen. And the message reported, you send this message to 5 of your friends and you will Ganesha will bless you and all. Nothing. I don't want no Ganesha's blessing. I want no Shiva's blessing. Nothing is happening. I'm doing good in myself is what my point is. No maintaining any kind of spam messages on the group. Okay. The group is solely for the purpose of understanding a schedule and interacting with the faculties. No nonsense happening on the group. Clear? Yes. At the same time, just because you are on the group, you have your friend's number and all in that, going, messaging the friends, hi, how are you? Can we go out and all? No. No. Okay. What go out you want to do? Come here and do it. Okay. Inge velila poite go out and vana. Okay. I mean, if the other person is ready, then it's your choice. I'm not going to say anything. But otherwise, please do not pressure someone on the face of it. Things can go very ugly. Things can go very ugly, and I don't want that kind of practice happening. At least not with my female friends. Clear? Yes, no kind of pressures on them people. I am very strict on that part. If I get to know from you, then dead case only everyone's. Yes, make it very clear. I am very close to them, definitely. Yes, I have my kind of interaction with my female friends. I can do. I'm a faculty, so I can do all what I want. Yes, the point is very simple. Let's not get into that kind of scenarios. Decorum to be maintained. If you have any kind of queries, I would be joining the group as soon as possible. Anyways, my book will also have my number. Feel free to message me. My number is blocked for calls. My number is blocked for calls. You try calling me, Rahul is not picking up and all. It is blocked for calls. Okay, it is only available for messages. You can message me on WhatsApp. I will respond as soon as possible. If you do not hear from me in the next 6 hours, something is wrong with me. Something is wrong with me. Either you have written a wrong message or I have not responded because I am somewhere else. Okay, that is only 2 reasons I will not respond to you within the next 6 hours. Again, you write at midnight, 12 o'clock, you come and say, Rahul, 6 o'clock, you have not responded, therefore. Technically, if you have written at 12 o'clock also, by 2:30, you will receive the message response. Okay, I'm that kind of person who sleeps only for 3 hours a day. That's all my logic is. Okay, my schedule is very tight, and so I only sleep for 3 hours a day. You will buy, at least no matter what happens, 2:30, you will receive a message. Okay, things, keep it calm, that's all people. If you have any kind of issues, please reach out to Hariharan sir or Sangeeta ma'am. They will redirect you to me also, but yes, keep that kind of decorum in the group. Clear? Yes. Next, when it comes to this class, I will be giving one physical copy of materials, handout of which has been given to you today. Yes, I will show you the material as we go forward. It's an extra effort which has come from my side, where what I've tried is the whole inter book which you have. Have you got your book, by the way? No? Okay. For whoever has got your books, you will realize direct tax itself, they have three modules. They have almost about 3 modules, which close to runs about 1,300, 1,400 pages. Okay. Useless book. You see the book, see the design of the book, put a status on WhatsApp saying ready to fire, and then throw it in the cupboard. That's all. That's all is what I will say. Do not touch that book also, not required. Do not touch that book also. That 3 modules of 1,500 pages is concised into 200 pages in my book. That's all. Okay. And the 200 pages also, if you notice my handout right now, will have a lot of images, will have a lot of stories, will have a lot of colors and all happening. Technically, if you read that book, it's only around 160, 170 pages. In the 160, 170 pages, how to complete in 3 hours is what my task is. Okay. I can assure you, by the time this batch ends, somewhere in the month of somewhere in the month of October, we will run something called as a marathon. I don't know if you people are aware. What we do is we run a direct tax marathon, 1 full day. One full day you will be with me from 7 o'clock to probably 5 o'clock in the evening or 6 o'clock in the evening. That one day we will cover the whole subject. Okay, so my intention was very simple when I made this book itself. The whole 1000 pages has to be concised into that 200 pages, and we should read only this 200 pages for your exam. And if someone is telling, Rahul, you have made compromises with the book, you have not covered some things and all, please go and vouch. Please go and vouch. You will find every single provision which is there in the study material into this book. What is the difference? I say loves to play. See, the point is very simple. If you use a, and the, what will someone come and say? This simple English. Correct? They will come and say, this is therefore the understanding of the fact that the provision should be read and interpreted in this way. A and the use panna difference. The difference is that you have become a CNO. That's all. Okay? If you go into the market and you come and say, I will respond to you in within 5 minutes, what will the market come and say? Hey, this was easy. Why should I pay you? Yes or no? What you should go and say in the market? Oh, I think this is a good query. I might have to research and come back because this might have an implication on you. Therefore, let me give some time on it. I will bill some time cost for you and you charge 5 lakh rupees to him. Yes or no? That is the difference. So what I say creates a difference is the hype in the book is only that they will make the one line provision into 10 paras provision. And the 10 paras, do you want to read or do you want to read one line for your exam? Read one line for your exam. That is what I've done. Yes. So you have to do that way. The point is very simple. This material will be given to you probably by tomorrow evening, I guess. That is what my thought is. By tomorrow evening, you will have the whole 200 pages. Okay. Just to clarify, DT paper. Does someone know it's a practical paper, theory paper, or what? It's a theory come practical paper. It's a theory come practical paper. What I'll be discussing is I'll be doing the provisions along with you, and then you will also have sums in it. Okay. You'll also have sums in it. Now, the sums part of the book is a separate book. Okay. This book of 200 pages will only have the provisions relating to it. The sums part of the book is what I am not going to give you. I'm not going to give you. What we'll do is we'll solve the sums part of the book in the class. Okay. And I will give you the soft copy of the book. I'm giving you the soft copy for the very simple reason that I have noticed it from my past experiences. I give a hard copy, the day before exam, what you'll sit and do, you'll again start going through that same question book. Waste of time and efforts. The only thing you can do the day before exam is read the provisions. That's all. That is the only thing you can do. You do not have the luxury to waste time on your concept book. And I don't believe people. So what I did is I stopped giving them the hard copy itself. Nowadays, I only give a soft copy of the material so that the day before exam, you don't have the kind of thought to go into your computer and then do it. The day you go into your computer itself, mom will come and say, "Day, nee phone use panniterke pass aga matta theriyuma." That is the thought. That is the thought which I had, and therefore I will not give you any kind of question bank in your hard copy material. Having said that, if you notice in your old syllabus, there are some papers where you have MCQs also. There are some papers you have MCQs also. One of my papers is that. One of my paper is that you have 30% of your sums, 30% of 60 marks coming as an MCQ, which technically means how much? You come to a direct tax class without a calculator, something is wrong with you. Okay. Rule number 3. Rule number 3. When it comes to my class, there are certain stationaries I expect from you. Okay, there are certain stationaries which I expect from you. I do not like that kind of males who come and and the refill pen. They will come with only one refill pen and they'll come like in the refill pen I will run the whole class. No. Okay, there are certain stationaries I expect from you. As a CA, the one thing which is very close to your heart is your calculator. Option illa. Okay, everything else is out of the picture. The one very good thing which is there in your heart is your calculator. The first thing which I want to see on your table every day I come to the class is your calculator. Yes, that is the most important thing when it comes to my class. Yes, calculator is the first thing which I need in your hand. Second thing which I need is a black pen and a blue pen. I need a black pen and a blue pen. Black pen is when you're going to use, because I hope you people understand CA syllabus only permits. Blue is out of the picture, so blue is not for using. Blue is not for using. Black pen is the only pen which I want you. Get used to your pens, people. Get used to your pens. It is important. The day before exam, don't change your pens and all. Okay. That day is when you will stop writing in the exam hall itself. So get used to the kind of pen which you want. Start the practice today itself. Okay. A black pen and a blue pen. Why the blue pen? I will tell you later. I will tell you later. By black and a blue pen and 2 highlighters. What? Does someone know what is highlighter? Check with the girls, you will know. Okay. Highlighters is what you need. 2 highlighters. 1 highlighter for your reference. 1 highlighter for your reference. Where you feel everything is important, you start highlighting. And that does not mean start coloring my book and all. Okay, don't start coloring my book. Rahul, your book is showing black and white and all, so therefore I'll color. No. 2 highlighters. 1 is only for you to understand where you feel it's important, you highlight. Second is for me. Second is for me because the subject has something called as amendments. What? Abdina? Updates, changes, whatever you call it. Yes, a subject like mine is very dynamic. I told you, it is only applicable for a May and a November. Next May, something else will come. Okay, the same logic applies for you also. What I taught in the last May and last November is not applicable for you in this May and this November. This November has some changes. Basis your last May and last November. That might not be appearing in the black and white hard copy which you get. It will be appearing in my book, but it will not be appearing in your hard and copy material. So the second highlighter is when I will tell you to use. Okay, wherever there are amendments, I will ask you to highlight these because these are the most important things. These are the most important things. On the day before exam, it is important that you go through your amendments also because these are new updates and this will definitely be tested. Clear? Does someone recall what I told? What and all do you need? A calculator, a black and a blue pen, and highlighters. Rahul, which color highlighter do you want? No, you decide. Someone likes black, someone likes pink, someone likes blue, you decide. Make it consistent, that's all. Okay, do not start using your amendment highlighter for that other highlighter. Do not start using. How you want to use, your choice. I don't want to question that. Again, I am not a person who wants to choose colors and all. Okay, that's your decision in life. You want a pink car, you want a pink auto, your decision, you take care. Okay, clear? Yes, these are the kind of rules which I want from you. Last thing, it's a very chilled out class. Very chilled out class. Okay, do not come with that kind of pressure. Rahul, CA inter, to do this, to do that. You are coming with a very serious formal ella potirke adanal nee or serious ah vandirke. This is the only day I'm wearing formals. Okay, we are going YouTube live today adanal konjo for respect because the market is going to see me. That is the only day I'm wearing formals. From tomorrow you'll see me in a very different attire. Okay, I'll wear jeans, someday I'll wear tracks, someday I'll wear things. That's all. I'll definitely wear something, but I will come in a very different attire. The point is very simple. There is no such rule in my class. Okay, no rules that you have to come in proper formals only, proper, nothing. You come in whatever dress you feel fine. Okay, as long as you feel comfortable coming and sitting in the class, that's enough for me. Okay, just don't come into flashy and grand attires which is making you uncomfortable sitting in the class. Okay, all that fashion show and all we can do someday when we go outside together for a party. That day we'll do it. Today not required. Okay, the point is very simple. I'm not against all these. It's just that if you're sitting in the class and you're wearing too heavy dresses and all, it will just it will disturb you as well as other class students. Okay, so let's not do that because you have a very beautiful infrastructure here. Correct? Huh? Yes, and the infrastructure, like you wear any different kind of dresses and it is impacting your learning, your concentration power. It's not the intention itself. So come with whatever flexibility you want. You wear tracks, you want shorts, you want whatever you want, you wear. I don't mind. Okay. Second rule, no, nothing, sir, can I go for a washroom break? Can I go for a coffee break? Nothing. Take your bag, leave. That's all. No restrictions. Okay, you want to stick to the time you want to stick. You want to leave the time you want to leave. Completely your flexibility. I'm not going to question. Not my kind of question. Just don't impact my flow. Okay, I'm talking something, Nadula, you stand up, sir, I want to leave. No, it will impact my thing. You can feel free to leave. That's all. I don't have a thought. How to make you stay is what my decision is. Okay, that is where I come into picture. If you feel like you're bored and you want to leave, that is something which I have made a mistake on. So I will make sure that you stay. Either how you want to leave, for what reasons you want to leave is your decision. Do not impact my class. Simple as that. Third rule and the most important rule, the side talks is something which I'm not appreciative of. Okay, side talks is not something which I'm very appreciative of because if I'm teaching a concept and you're disturbing the other person, that other person gets impacted because of you. Okay, you want to pass, you want to fail is in your hands, but you making someone else pass or fail is something which I do not appreciate. Okay, so no side talks in my class. If you have any kind of interactions, you want to ask any questions, feel free to talk to me. Okay, you can ask the most stupidest of the questions, you can ask the most aggravated of the questions also. You come and ask me, Rahul, who's your girlfriend, boyfriend? I will tell all the answers. We will discuss all that when we come in the class also. No problems on that. But please have all the interactions until you're in the class with me only. No side talks permitted in my class. I get disturbed with that side talks and I see the other person is not able to concentrate because of you. I will get very differently. Clear? Yes. I make it very simple. How you make the choice in your life is your decision. But never make a choice which impacts someone else's decision. Okay? Never make that kind of mistake. Because tomorrow, if that kind of person goes with a grudge saying that because of you I failed, that kind of burden on your head will be very different. Let's not get to that position. Okay? So let's not be the reason for someone's failure. You can be the reason for someone's passing, but never be the reason for someone's failure. Keep that kind of thought when you go forward with it. Clear? Yes? Any doubts? Perfect. Last one, like I said, please sit back and enjoy. These are the only set of ground rules which I wanted to establish. Until now, any doubts? All clear? Have I made myself extremely clear? Any doubts you have? Anything you want to ask me? Any personal life questions? No, not yet. But yeah, that is a good one. Okay, we will discuss. You don't have to ask me. I will still tell you what my backstory is. Everything I will discuss. What my breakups were, what my failures were, all we will discuss. If I had one, it would have been very good, but I don't have, unfortunately, so don't worry. Yes, having that kind of thoughts, let's start with the subject called as direct tax. Let's start with the subject called as direct tax. Before we get into the subject, let me make it very clear. For the next 3 days at least, you are going to be bored like this. You're going to be bored like this. We are going to not discuss the subject itself. Nanga subject kulla pove povathu. Yes, we are going to now only get a skim through view of what the subject is. Yes, after a certain point of time is when we'll get into the subject. So at least for the next 3-4 classes, you will only be hearing stories from me. Nothing for you to write also. So just sit back and enjoy. That's what the point is. Yes, clear? With that thought, let's start with the subject called as direct taxes. From your inter syllabus, direct taxes actually has a different name. It's called as income tax. It's called as income tax. The subject which you're going to learn is called as income tax. In short, we are going to learn something called as income tax. We are going to learn something called as income tax loss. Yes. Before we get into the subject itself, we have 3 words now. It's called income tax loss. We have 3 subjects to understand. So today's discussion is primarily and only on the model of what do you mean by. We always start from the back side. So we are going to start with the last word called as something you have done in. Help me then. You have a certificate at home, no? Mark sheet vanduchla. Day online vanduchla. Ade porunda. Pass aitala. Someone here or the other has learned something called as laws in your foundation. Help me. What do you mean by laws? I don't want a definition. No one is coming and expecting on the Chatur Ramalinga Madri, you stand up and you come and start big jokes. A simple understanding of what do you mean by a set of rules and regulations set by the government. Okay. So it's only when the government sets the rules and regulations it's called a law. Authority. What do you mean by authority? What's parliament? Okay. A set of rules and regulations set by parliament, authority. One more word. Statute. Pudu word. What is statutory body? ICE. Who wrote income tax laws? ICE. Okay, you don't know. Yes. A set of rules and regulations. The mandatory criteria is it should be set by an authority, is it? Some authority. Okay. Okay. Jurisdiction. Jurisdiction. What? Okay. Okay. I heard statutory authority, jurisdiction, parliament, statutory body, constitution. Where any more technical jargons? I don't know. Amalgamation, demerger. Anyway, point is very simple. I think the essence which they're trying to make is that it should be a rules and regulations which is created by a authority, created by some powerful force, My question to you is very simple. Today you are at home. Okay, you have a parent at home. Parent is coming and saying on Tuesdays you should not cut your nails, should not cut your hair. Wednesdays you should not have non-veg. Fridays you should not have non-veg. Someday you should fast. Are those laws? I never said it should be a statutory law. Is it a law? Yes. So is your mom your statutory body? Parliament? She's a parliament. Okay. I mean, at home, yes. That's the way of husbands to say. She's my home minister is what they will say. But yeah, my question is very simple. Your mom created such kind of laws, that you can, your mom or ancestors, whatever you call it. Yes, you created some kind of law saying you cannot cut your nails, you cannot cut your hair on so and so days, you cannot go out on this day, you cannot go out on any day. That's what the matter. It's no Goa trips and all for you. These kind of things, are they laws? Yes or no? No. What is open laws then? Restrictive laws na enna artham? Which law is helping you with things? Ra? Tell me one law which helps you with things. Wait, that is not restrictive. Huh? It's restrictive for me. I don't like to get up early. Yes. Yes. Why? An obligation, so yeah. But it's not a parliament or a statutory authority, right? Because you said that the criteria is that there should be a parliament or a statutory. Who's an authority? I see. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Question number two. Question number two. You are walking on the road. Okay, just like that, walking on the road, and there is this, some streets and all where Oteri and all very famous for it. Yes, you walk on the street, and then someone comes and says, some guy with the handkerchief on his neck and all, he comes and says, if you are walking through this road, you have to pay me 30 rupees as protection money. What is he protecting from? Himself. Will you pay? No. You don't want to be protected. Huh? You want to be protected from him, no? Question is very simple. He said 30 rupees, you have to go. If you want to cross the road, you have to pay me 30 rupees. I mean, when I say 30 rupees, in our terms, 30 rupees is very different. Okay. Now, question to you. He said you have to pay 30 rupees. Is it a law? No. Why? You don't come under him. Oh. Not a competent authority. Okay, I think the essence which you're not trying to understand is my question has never been whether it's a legal law or an illegal law. My question is very simple. Is it a law? Again, illegal law is getting money from you. Extortion. That's illegal. It can be. That's what my question is. My question is very simple. Is it a legal law or an illegal law is not the point of discussion. My question is it a law? Because he's not put it just for you. He's just saying, boss, the moment you go through the road, you have to pay me 30 rupees. That's all. Whether it is you, whether it is someone else, whether Anil Ambani also comes also, he has to pay. Question is very simple. Is it a law? I'm not asking whether it's a legal law or an illegal law. My question is it a law? Do you call him an authority or a parliament? Yes. See, the essence which you need to break first of all is law does not mean that it has to be from an authority. Law does not mean that it has to be from an authority. While at home, your mom might be an authority, but legally she's never an authority. Okay, that is just a way of saying. That is just a way of saying. The same logic works for that gunda also. The same logic works for the gunda also. Just because he's telling you that you walk the road, you have to pay me 30 rupees. It's a rule he has created. It's a rule he has created. Whether you follow or not is a different story. Should you follow or not is a different story. Is it followable or not is a different story. Question is it a law? Yes. Okay. Understand and break the notion first of all is that the laws are only created by authorities. Anyone making that kind of call is creating a law. Anyone making that kind of call is creating a law. Basically, a rule or a regulation created is called a, whether it is done by the government, whether it is done by your home, whether it is done by your friend. Okay, your friend comes and says, today you have had a breakup, for the next 15 days, no commitment for you. That's not the question. The question is he created a law for you? Yes, he has created a law. Clear? Question 2. Is it a legal law or not? Is the question. Yes? Tell me. That guy coming and collecting 30 rupees from you, saying that you have to pay me 30 rupees the moment you cross the road. Is it a legal law or an illegal law? Why? Road is a? Maybe. Who decided that road is a public property? Whose government? He is also the government only, no? Its government is by the people, for the people, of the people, through the people. Through the people is. He's also the government only, no? Technically, he's also of the people, by the people, for the people. He's also a government only, no? Government itself decided that he wants to collect money from the road. What is your problem? You will say, I am the second government, I am saying I will not pay. When you say government, what do you mean? Okay, now you're using technical jargons. Actual people. What is actual people? He's also actual people only. So you have to be elected for it, is it? Do something is. He can say, boss, you give me the money or something only. Like consideration, do something or abstain from doing something. He's abstaining from doing something as long as you pay him the money. Kind of a consideration. Question is like this. Question is like this. Law has been created. Who creates the law? How do you know whether it's to be followed or not? Okay. If it's something which is published in the official gazette is when it is a legal law. Okay. Fair enough. My question is very simple. Let's say you're in Chennai right now. Yes, you're in Chennai right now. You have this Tamil Nadu, you have this outer regions, right? Let's name one village area. Someone from a village area? No one. Everyone posh here. No village area. Okay, let's. Sorry, no? Tiruvannamalai is in Chennai only, no? Oh, okay. Sorry, very bad in geography. Tiruvannamalai. Sorry, whatever name. Some name he used, some Tiruvannamalai something. Okay. The question is very simple. There is a panchayat there, right? They work with the panchayat model. Panchayat is coming and saying that boss in Tiruvannamalai, whatever it is. Okay. Whatever it is in that place, you have to basically, some rules they have created. Let's say, for example, if water is coming in that panchayat area, then you have to pay tax on that. You have to pay. Is it published in official gazette? Legal? Suddenly foundation is in trouble, no? ஏதோ படிச்சோம்டா ஃபவுண்டேஷன்ல கரெக்டா படிச்ச மாதிரி இருந்தது பாஸும் ஆயிட்டோம் கரெக்டா தெரியும் இந்த மாதிரி இருந்ததுல that's where I come into picture. The best thing I like about this class is that today in sitting in the class until the batch gets over I will tell you whatever you learn in other subjects around. Please, that's what I mean. The question is very simple. How do you know whether it's illegal or an illegal? Sorry, no? Consent. You give the money to that gunda, it's a consent, so therefore it's legal. Sorry, da? How? There is no free consent. Okay, coming to that, maybe you're saying there is no free consent, is it? Okay, question is very simple. You're reading income tax laws. Yes, income tax basically means what? You're going to charge tax on. Are you happy giving tax on income? You will come to the government and come and say, "Dey, na ₹100 earn pannirkenda, inda vechiko ₹100 ni." Will you openly come and give him? Is there a consent from your side? Are you paying? Engada consent? என்னை கேட்காம டாக்ஸ் எடுக்கிறான்டா இருக்குது salary நான் earn பண்ணதுக்கு அவன் டாக்ஸ் வாங்கிட்டு இருக்கான் நான் என்னது கன்சென்ட் கொடுத்தேன் அவனுக்கு troubled ஒன்றும் தெரியல என்ன பண்றது yes don't know the answer let's hold it அது என்னோட ஃபோன் ஜி let's hold the question yes let's hold the question have this thought in mind my question is very simple who creates a law whether it's a legal law or an illegal law is what the question I put up to you yes or no let's keeping that in mind let's go to the second word called as what is tax and this is something which you have not learned in foundation I know but yes on a very very layman terms burden ஆரம்பிச்சோனே அப்படிதான் டேய் நீ பண்றதே தப்பு தான்டா எனக்கு தெரியும் பட் நீ பண்றதே என்ன பண்ண முடியல அதனால இட்ஸ் a charged on person individual so companies don't pay tax again burden on okay ma use your head it's okay it's my job to make it wrong because so that only you learn that's the only way you learn there is no second thought about it you might be giving the right answer also but unless you interact with me you will not learn out of it okay so the point is to only learn and understand from me again at the end of the day I have to give you the answer it's not like I'm going to say food for thought you take care of your home I will give you the answer. It's only for me to tingle your heads right now because you have come to that practice, no? I'm solraru na ketten na eldutten na vomit pannitten na vanditten. That's not the practice I want. Okay? Use your heads, people, because in the market no one is going to help you with this kind of logics. Okay? So let's work with that logic. Let's work with that logic. Tell me, what do you think do you mean by a tax? A very little. Legal obligation of an individual or an organization. For what? Money. Why? Again, my question is, what is tax? The amount that we are paying. Amount we are paying for what? That will become income tax. My question is, what is tax? So someone pays only to government is tax, is it? Sorry, da? So that's what. Then the question is, what is tax? I know. The fact that just because you pay money to the government does not mean it's a tax, right? It's a very simple term. Let's say, for example, you had something called as Companies Act. Doubt in the left, you had something called as Companies Act. In this Companies Act, they would have come and told you that, boss, you have to make some filings and all to the MCA. MCA. You have to make some filings to MCA. Filings free aguma illa kaas kudugnuma. When I say kaas, I mean registration fees, not. I'm talking about legal law. Legally, you have to give them something called as filing fees. Tax adu. Just because you pay to the government, it's tax, is it? No. Regular basis. I was coming to that, but okay. Yes. Charge created by? Only government can create it, is it? That's my question. Yes, okay. Let's go back. It's 10. Sorry, let's go back 500 years. Let's go back 500 years. You're in the time of the British was not there 500 years ago. You're in the time of Chola dynasty and this revolutions and all coming in. That time the only person ruling the government was. So kings come and say, and the movie ella paathirpeenga Lagan soltu or movie irukku. Lagan soltu or movie irukku. You know, basically they play a cricket match for waving off their Lagan and all. Lagan in Hindi means tax. Okay. Basically what is happening is you are in that kind of Chola period. You are in that kind of Chola period, or let's say I don't know what period it is. Akbar is there on the road. King Akbar is there on the road. He comes and says, boss, everyone in the market has to give me 4 gunny bags of rice. 4 gunny bags of rice. Tax or no tax? Government or non-government? Government. Okay, come. Let's come. You are in Taliban. You are in? Where are you? Which country are you right now? You are in Afghanistan. You are in Afghanistan, a part of Taliban rule. A part of Taliban rule. You are a part of member of Taliban. And tomorrow you come and say, boss, for every water bottle you have to pay 1,000 rupees. You have to pay? Tax, not tax. Tax or no tax? Legal, not legal. Government, non-government. Yepoda? When did you make Taliban as the government of Afghanistan? Currently government, quasi-judicial government. Abdi. Yes or no? My question stands on this. My question is, first of all, what is tax? The answer to the very simple question is, it's a charge. It's a charge, that's all. It's a charge on what? It depends. It depends. It can be income. It can be a goods. It can be a service also. It can be as stupid as shadow. As what? What is the shadow? We will discuss. I will show you. Yes. The point is very simple. Tax can be anything as a percentage of a charge. Question which I come to you is, who can levy taxes? The question which comes into picture is, who can levy taxes? My scenarios are like this. Scenario number 1, I already told you. You are in 500 BC. You have kings ruling the country. Kings are coming and saying, boss, you have to pay tax. Legal, not legal. Can they levy taxes? Yes. Option number 2, you are going on the road. Someone comes and says, boss, pay 30 rupees for traveling on the road, or else no protection for you. Tax, not a tax. Tax or no tax? No tax. Okay. Coming to the scenario, you're on the highway. You're on the highway. From here, you're traveling to Tirupati. There is a highway coming in the picture. There is a green color box in the middle called as toll gate. They collect from you something called as, they don't collect toll charges. They collect something called as toll tax. For you to travel on the road, are you paying tax? Yes. Question. Gunda coming saying pay 30 rupees for traveling on the road. Tax, no tax. You are confusing yourself. I never asked you whether it's legal tax or illegal tax. My question was, is it a yes or no? Is it a tax? Yes. 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 Question number 3. You are in your home. You are in your home. Today I'm wearing all formals and all. One extra coating, I put a blazer. I come to your home, knock on the door. I come and say, sir, I am from the CA wing. I am from the CA wing. You have earned some good amount of income, sir. Please pay tax on that to me. Tax, no tax. Tax. Legal tax, illegal tax. How did you decide? I am wearing all blazer, suit, tie, shoes and all. Pakka konjam alaga vandirukkenma. Tie venuma, tie போடுறேன். ஒரு CA logo போடுறேன். All suited up I am. Still I am coming and asking income. You're saying illegal. Why? Option number 2. There is a person knocking on the door. No attire itself. Basically, he's there, 2 buttons open, coming in chappals, half pant is torn. He comes and says, I'm from the income tax department. You are having 100 crores income. Please pay me tax. Tax or no tax? Legal tax or illegal tax? How did you decide? Dey, நான் வந்துட்டு சூட்டா போட்டிருக்கேன். அவன் வந்துட்டு, this is unfair, ma. I am in all dressed up and all. He's coming and wearing all torn chappals and all. What worth he has? What worth I have? I have done 5 years of this course, done so much efforts, coming and teaching you also. ஒரு CA title வேற வச்சிருக்கேன். He's from who's government? நானும் government தான்டா. I'm also government. Who decided that? Okay, so you income tax department வார்த்தை யூஸ் பண்ணாலே நீ பே பண்ணணும் அந்த மாதிரி. சரிடா? சரி ஐடி வச்சாலும் என்ன? நானும் ஐடி காமிக்கிறேன். CID என்கிட்ட இருக்கு. How did you decide? My question is very simple. How did you decide that you have to pay tax to him and not to me? He has the, who gave him that authority? Hey, in the government வார்த்தை. Perfect. Who gave him the authority? What the hell is this constitution? Right. Constitution is nothing but the mother law of India. Constitution is nothing but the mother law of India. In India, if you have to even walk a step, it has to be written in. Okay. Who gave the authority to collect taxes? Constitution gave the authority to collect taxes. Whom did the Constitution give the authority to collect taxes? Income tax department is nothing. It's a dummy body. Huh? Who's parliament? Dey, asingma thitran nanu. Whom do you think that did the Constitution give the authority to? Only the lawmakers, simple. They gave the Constitution powers to only the lawmakers, which means Constitution very clearly come and said, going forward in India, the only person who can collect taxes is an authority of law. Is an authority of law. Now answer my questions. Question number 1. Can king levy taxes? King. Today, can I collect taxes? Can the department guy collect taxes? Probably yes. We don't know. Just because he's coming from the department and comes and shows an ID card does not mean he can collect taxes. He has to give an evidence to you, saying why he has come, why are you not paying, why is he coming and collecting. Generally speaking, you itself has to pay tax. He coming and putting is nothing but a raid on your house, yes or no? So he has to give you the Constitution document of a raid, right? அது கொடுத்தா தானே சும்மா வந்துட்டு everyone, see tomorrow just because you have a friend in the income tax department, he comes and says you pay me, what do you call it, எனக்கு ஒரு சமோசா வாங்கித்தானா அது income tax ஆ? Just because he's coming and showing his income tax ID card does not mean that you have to pay him taxes. There has to be some documental evidence, correct? Yes, 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 yes. The answer who can levy taxes is lawmakers defined in Constitution. Clear, clear, clear. Question. Why are you learning this? நாங்க எதுக்கு இவ்வளோ சண்டை போட்டுன்னு இருக்கோம் காலகாத்தால உட்காந்துட்டு? Income tax is something which only CS pay? Or is it something which engineers also pay? Why the hell are you learning it and they are not learning it? What is your role in this? Why are you only being burdened with so much burdened? Why are only you being burdened with so much of learning of laws and taxes? Why are they not burdened enough? Sorry? So then why are they not learning it? What is your role in this? எதுக்கு நாங்க காலகாத்தால 7 o'clock உட்காந்துட்டு இந்த சண்டை போட்டுன்னு இருக்கோம்? டே கிளம்பணும்டா தூங்க வருதுன்னு சொல்றீங்களா? எதுக்கு நாங்க மட்டும் இவ்வளோ சண்டை போட்டுன்னு இருக்கோம்? What is your role in this? ஏன்டா அதுக்கு நீ இப்போ தேவையா? இவ்வளோ தூரம் படிச்சுட்டு நீ கால்குலேட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு நான் உட்காந்துருக்கேன். That I can tell the system itself to do. நான் income tax portal தெரியுமா? I'll show you the income tax portal. அங்கே நான் இன்கம் தட்டானே அவனே சொல்லிடுவான் என்ன டாக்ஸ்னு. Ideas for what? Ideas for what? To pay more tax or to pay less tax? Okay. Adhan, what is the ideas for? Is it to pay more tax or to pay less tax? Yes. How much less now? With legal exams. Not worth it. You can't survive in the market with just legal laws. Legally, I will come and say pay 100 crores. Panviya ne kekra. He will not come to you just because you're telling him to pay 100 crores. What will he come and say? There is another person sitting on the desk who's ready to let me pay only 50 crores. Where will he go? அதுக்கு அவன் சியா ஆகணுமா தேவையா? அவன் வந்து 50 crores சொல்றான், நீ பே பண்ணி போய். Question. What is your role in this? Why do you think you are being burdened with so much? Tell me, is your responsibility to understand the law so that you can do it in the right way? No. Or is your responsibility to interpret the law so that you can help in better way? There are three things which I work with. Okay? There are three things you can do with the law. You can either do the right thing in the right way. You can either do the right thing in the wrong way. You can either do the wrong thing in the right way. Does someone want to explore the fourth option? Do you want to do the wrong thing in the wrong way? That option is out. Yes. Doing the right thing in the right ways? Yes. Doing the right thing in the wrong ways? Yes or no? No. 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 Not happens. Right thing in the wrong way does not happen. Yes. What is right thing in the wrong way? Subhash Chandra Bose going and killing someone saying I'm protecting India. He's doing the right thing but the wrong way. What will happen? You'll either end up in jail or you'll be hanged to death. That's all. Yes. Doing the right thing in the wrong way is not possible. Yes or no? No. So which means there is only two options left. One is doing right thing in the right way, wrong thing in the right way. Where does your job come into picture? Where does your job come into picture? Your job comes into picture for doing the wrong thing in the. That's just me saying. Income tax comes and says you have to do the right thing in the right way. That's obvious. See, the point is very simple. Doing the right thing in the right way is nothing. It's basically coming and saying there is 100 crores worth of income, please pay 100 crores worth of tax. Okay? That you don't need to do. Even an engineer guy can do. He can just go type 100 crores in the department will throw him what the tax is. Adhika you are not required. Yes or no? Yes or no? You are not responsible. You are neither required for it. What are you here for? You are basically coming and saying, if he comes and says, Rahul, 100 crores looks like a big number, Rahul. I don't want to pay tax on so much. Help me make it lesser so that I have to pay lesser tax. At that point, do you come and say him, boss, I will do all legal things, illegal things so that I can pay you, you can pay less tax? Or will you tell him what? Let me find some way where I can make it the legal way, but you pay lesser tax. Yes or no? Is he paying you for that, or is he paying you for computing tax on the 100 crores? Right? What your job as a CA? The biggest mistake which people happen in the market is they come and say, boss, income tax, now you understand income tax, you go and you vomit this provision to someone, they will pay you money. No. They will not give a single penny to you, because this is something which even a BCom guy can do. For those who people know, you have learned this in BCom also. Yes or no? BCom grads? In the subject endirka tax? Pachirkinga? It was there in BCom also. It was there in BCom also. First year or second year it was there. My memory serves right. Correct? Huh? Third year vandha? Sorry, third year vandha. DG Vaishnav na padikumbodhu first year la irundhu. Third year avanukku padichiya? Ivlo padichirkiya? Ivlo padichirkiya? Corona batch. Theriyum. Appo na kekku thevilla. Point is very simple. Things like this have already been discussed in your BCom level also. Guys on the online, if you don't have anything, can you mute yourself, please? Thank you. Yes. My question is very simple. Yes, you have also learned this in your BCom also. Income tax is something which is learned in your BCom also. But why are you playing such a special role? Because a BCom guy, no matter what he tries, can only do the right thing in the right way. Where do you come into picture? You are there for doing the right thing in the right way also. But what you get paid for is to do we call it as tax avoidance. What do we call it as? There are three things. One is called as tax planning, one is called as tax avoidance, one is called as tax evasion. Right? What is tax evasion? Doing the wrongest thing in the wrongest way. Totally illegal. Tax planning is what? Doing the right thing in the right way, claiming every exemption which is there. What is tax avoidance? You found a mistake in the law and you went and said, boss, this is a mistake. Idnala enakku save agum. Did department want to take you the benefit? Department want and say, boss, I genuinely made that mistake, you take the benefit. That's where you come into picture, you come and say, dey, nee mistake paniya na pathiranda. That is where you get paid for, yes or no? So you are there for the tax avoidance part of the limb, which means to do the clear or no clear? Clear or no clear? Yes. I have tried to play this video, let's see if it works, I am not sure. I don't know if it will play in the online market, but yeah, let's try. Varuma varada, varadu, vano. Let me know if it's audible. I'm sorry. 1 second. Online students audible? If Rahul be humiliated or fail to correct behavior in future. Correct behavior. And the feeling that starts with two, I'm feeling two correct behavior in future. There's a lag, no? I'm feeling in future behavior correct. Future feeling in behavior two, I will do. Another question one. The question two, I swear, is when the car. Not if this. There is a car. At no point does it mention where. And just and then the car. Good video. What did you understand? It was not for fun. Did you understand the learning out of it? No? What did you? The fun of the video was how does he interpret just 2 lines? Right? The fun in the point itself is that you understand there is a driving class going on, yes? Which means the driving class has made a set of questions, which means he's drafted a set of questions. Yes, with him drafting that kind of set of questions, technically that is nothing but a drafted law. Yes or no? Yes or no? And what is the question he drafted? He said, there is a cow. How do you cross? That's all. Now you don't know where the cow is. What will a CA do? He'll come and say, boss, there is a cow, you have to cross. I am standing in the office, he's standing there. What is my observation on this? Yes or no? This is how we work. This is how we should work at least. The point is very simple. The person who makes the law is a god or is it a human? Which means tomorrow you and me can make a law. Whether it is legal or not is a different story. It is about how well do you draft a law. Yes or no? Because the moment you draft a poor law, what will happen? This is what will happen. This is what will happen. People will start playing around with it. Okay? He did the same thing. He did the same thing. There was a poorly drafted law where he came and said there is a cow, you know to cross. How do you cross? Now you don't know what to do. So you will say, what, boss? I don't know how to cross because I don't know where the cow is. Cow is somewhere. I am sitting here. I will walk and cross. What is the problem? Yes or no? The logic on the question was what? The logic on the question was you are driving a car and there is a cow on the road. Now you need to cross. Did they ever mention that there is a car? Did they ever mention that the car is on the road? Did they ever mention that the cow is on the same road? Right or not? The whole point of what we are sitting here for is to understand that there are some poorly drafted laws. There are. I will show it to you when we go forward in the classes. Okay, there are some laws which I have also interpreted. I will also tell you how income tax works differently, how ICI works differently. Sometimes ICI feel they know better income tax than income tax itself. Okay, all those things will also happen in this law. The point is very simple. When you enter the market, people are not appreciative of the fact that you do them the right thing. Anyone can do it for that matter. Okay? They come to you for that kind of advice where they come and say, boss, you tell me what I can do to save more taxes. Yes or no? Yes or no? That is what the kind of interpretation is. Clear? Clear? So I'm making very clear on the first day of the class itself. When we are starting this class, as we progress on the journey, I will teach you the legal law. I will teach you the legal law. When I say I teach you the legal law, I mean I'm going to teach you what ICI wants you to write in your exam. Correct? But I'm making it very clear at the start of the class itself, what I teach is not the final answer. Okay? I am only teaching what is ICI's recommended thought of teaching on that provision. Things are very different when you enter the market. The moment you enter the market, you will see what I told itself is wrong. That simply does not mean Rahul is teaching you wrong. I am not. Okay? At the same time, when I'm teaching you something, I will also clarify what happens in the market also. I will also clarify what happens in the market also, but I will explicitly tell you that this is only for your understanding today. Do not go and write it in the exam hall. Do not go and write it in the exam hall. Do not go in the exam hall and say, this is what the provision reads, so this is what the answer is. However, Rahul told me this can also be interpreted, therefore the answer could be like this. Okay, don't show off to that extent also. The only place you can show off is in the market. Okay? So I will help you how to show off in the market also. That is also my responsibility, but never use that kind of show off when it comes to your, because there is one person sitting better than you there. Okay, okay, then you come and fail, you come and say Rahul taught me wrong, I don't know what to do. Clear? Clear? I'm making it extremely clear today itself. Do not go to the market and start researching on these activities and say Rahul is teaching you wrong. I am only teaching what ICI recommends as the teaching part. Clear? Clear? But yes, making it extremely clear at this point of time itself, the law works in this fashion that you need to understand it very differently. You need to understand it very differently. Things are very different when it comes to the market because the interpretation changes. Okay. Today you can come and say I am on top of the table. Tomorrow ICI will come and say no, boss, top on the table simply means that it's a verb which means you're standing on the table. Whereas income tax will come and say top on the table simply means that you are actually doing a good job, therefore you're next to the table only. Now where are you? Everyone works in a different fashion, and that's the beauty of this subject. That's the beauty of the subject. Today you are standing here and this guy will come and say pay 1 crore. That guy will come and say pay 60 lakhs. That guy will come and say pay 70 lakhs. The choice which you have to make is which guy is doing the right thing. Because someone can say 60 lakhs saying that it's wrong. Someone can say 1 crore basically being very productive. Someone can say 50 lakhs saying, boss, I have done everything pakka well. Which one will you go to? You don't know. You need to make that kind of choices. Yes, that's where the CA comes into picture. You will know. You will know. When we enter chapter number 2, no, we will do tax computations. Okay, and that is the day when I will be laughing, because one single same total income, and I will give you no interpretation chance. But that same total income, 5 people will tell me different taxes. One person will start with say no taxes. The other person will say no, pay 100 crores. And I'll be like, which person should I go to? Correct or not? What we are going to do is we are going to learn the right law today. What you are going to do in the market is learn the differential interpretation of the law. Clear, not clear? Clear? Yes. Keeping that understanding, I told you that there are some weird kind of laws. In India, we have 2 kinds of laws. One is called as direct tax, one is called as, this is the only 2 laws which you have from an inter-syllabus perspective. From finals, you have 2 more laws. From finals, you have 2 more laws. That's not the criteria. I wanted to just tell you that, boss, in India, we are being a little sane. Because we collect income tax, we collect indirect tax, corporate tax. That is income tax. That is income tax. Income tax is nothing but your corporate tax. Yes. So we are collecting income tax, we are collecting indirect taxes, which means we are collecting either your tax on your income or we are collecting tax on your consumption. We are collecting tax on your consumption. This is not the same practice which happens in the market also. Okay. People out of India are very different. People out of India are very different. This is what happens in India. Outside India, sorry. I will show you some weird kind of taxes which we have. Give me 1 second. It opens. Yep. Hey, come and ask me, Rahul, all these are legal? It is legal. It is legal. We are in the country called Japan. You have a tax called as fat tax. It basically comes and says they have measured a waistline. They've measured a waistline. They come and say in the waistline, in the waistline, you have to pay additional tax called as. What is the intention here? Keep people fit and healthy. What is it? It's a tax collected on your indirect tax goods, which are nothing but your junk food. The moment you have any kind of junk food, what will have is normally you would have paid 100 rupees, now you will pay 150 rupees. This is something similar to your. Noise? Sorry, okay. Yes. Here what is going to happen, this is basically something like your cigarettes in India. Something like your cigarettes, alcohol in India. If you notice, this time on budget also they came and said cigarettes have become more costlier. Someone know that? Yes, same thing like that. Same thing like that. Hungary basically came and said, boss, people are consuming too much of junk foods and therefore they levied an additional tax called as. Things get way better. We now are in Russia, which collects something called as. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Hey, applicable for male or female? It's predominantly males. The logic of this tax is that they're coming and saying, boss, they did not want people to have beards because they felt clean shave is more formal. Clean shave is more formal. So they came and said, boss, any person, if found on the road to have a beard, will be levied a penalty called as. We're in Bangladesh right now. Levies a tax called as English school tax. They come and say, boss, people studying in English school will pay more fees than students studying in normal schools. Why? Why? Think about it logically. No? That's linguistic chauvinism. No? We felt people from Bangladesh are leaving because of a concept in economics called as. Have you heard this concept called as brain drain? What is this concept? Basically, you have used all the resources of one country and grown. Suddenly, you feel the country is bad, and so you're leaving to another country and growing the other country. Yes, which means you basically used all the education resources of this country, and then you're using that kind of productivity for an other country. Bangladesh had the same problem. They felt that people were learning in English schools, learning English, and then moving to India, Pakistan, other countries, and all, and wasting the resource which was there in Bangladesh. So they said, boss, if you want to learn English and go, you pay more tax and then you go. You pay more tax and then you go. Is it lawful? When it comes to Bangladesh, yes. We have something called as, the comedy what happened in this? They basically came and said this, you are in Italy. You are in Italy, where you have this monumental buildings and all, right? What? Monumental buildings, tourist attractions. Yes. What they came and said is, boss, because the person is standing in front of the tourist attraction, his shadow is causing the attraction to not look good. Because the attraction is getting hidden. That black color image will come, no? Adanala photo correct varadu. So they came and said, boss, if going forward, someone stands in front of a monumental building for a very long time during the sun rays time, and your shadow is casted on the monumental building, police officers will come and collect something called as. இது பார்த்தா இந்தியா சேனா தெரியுதுல கரெக்டா no no just because we levy income tax and indirect tax does not mean that we are paying the same, because what we did is, the fun of it is, what we did in income tax itself was way worse than what they are doing in other income taxes. Okay, நாங்க income taxல collect பண்றது tax அங்க வேற மாதிரி இருக்கு, right? People there levying income tax play very safe. They will say, boss, you earn income, you pay tax. You earn income, you pay tax. India comes and says, you know what? You have money, you pay tax. Hey, that is your income or not is your botheration. What should I do? Correct. கையில காசு இருக்கா? Why are you having it? Who should have it? Huh? Hey, இந்த கவர்மெண்ட் வார்த்தை நான் அசிங்க. Yes, they said, boss, you have money in hand, please pay me tax. Now, what is that money in hand is what we are going to discuss as we go forward, but this is what the logic is. Clear? Clear? This is what we have in taxes. Done. This is the basic introduction which I wanted to give you on this subject. Now we are entering the third word called as, இன்னொரு word இருக்கா? We're entering the third word called as, I'm not going to discuss what is called as an income, because I don't know what is called as an income. When we enter the subject of income tax, we will discuss what do you mean by income, because the only person who can best judge what is an income is income tax. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, I do not want to tell you what is an income, you know. Yes, now what you know is what is wrong is what I'm going to tell you. And for me to tell that, I have to lead something called as income tax. So let's go to income tax and then let's learn what is a tax. With this, we are done with the three words called as. Clear till now? Any doubts? No doubts? All clear? Yes. Now you understand what is the law? Kind of. Do you understand it is not the same law you learned in foundation? Let's break barriers. Let's break barriers. The one thing which I want to make it very clear to you is, come into this class with an open mind. Okay? Come with a shelled mind saying that you have something already in your head and that is right. I will tell you it is wrong. Okay, that is what my job is. Okay? Tomorrow your accounts faculty will come and say there is a concept called depreciation. What? Abdina? Fall in the value of, very good. In income tax, I will come and say there is nothing called as fall in value of income tax. Depreciation is one of the most useless concept ever made in the market. The idea itself of depreciation is wrong. Okay, what is it? Fall in the value of an fixed assets. We will discuss when we go to PGVB. Yes, that time I will come and say, first day we discussed, no, what is it? Depreciation. Yes, useless of the concepts which you have in other subjects. I will come and clarify all those concepts in this subject. Clear? Yes, so basically I am your home teacher, going to take all subjects for you right now. Any doubts? No? With this, let me show you what my book looks like. I think you already have the handouts in hand, but maybe for the benefit of your online students. This is how my book will look like. Okay, we have a preface which is probably not given to you right now because you'll have it in the main material you have. This is what the preface looks like. All the story and all is not required. What is required is basically the color part. What I've basically done is I have devised this material in a very colorful format, at least for a soft copy purposes. At least for the soft copy purposes, everything has been coded properly. Okay, which means your headings will be in purple, your content will be in black, your I don't know what else. Subheadings will be in blue. Your summarized version of the main content will be in red. Your amendments and all which are most relevant from exam perspective will be in green. And those kind of things which I know you'll definitely make a mistake is all in yellows. Okay. So these items is when I will not discuss with you. I will first ask you, get that mistake from you, then I will show it to you. All this is there in your material. This is the whole color coding. In your black and white material, nothing will be there. In black and white material, the only thing which you will notice is your black color, and the next thing is the highlight color. Okay, and the balance and all will not be known. That is why the two highlighters. Okay, one highlighter for you to use so that you understand which one is the red content in that, and the next highlighter is for amendments for the green highlight. The black and blue is just for presentation sakes, nothing else about that. Clear? Yes. With this, I will also show you something else. Either my number and all is there here. Okay, so you can don't disturb me too much, but yeah. Your material will somehow look like this. You will have content, basically charts and all, some formats and all will be there. This whole one page which you have in your material is about 7 pages in your study material. It's about 7 pages. They would have basically on the first line, on the end line, they would have explained for 2 paras. Adike time up. Yes, so this is how they would have done. So I've summarized everything and done. Now what is this red color and all which I was talking about? I'll just show it to you quickly. If it loads. Yes. Read the first para. Read the first para fully. It says what? As stated above, enhanced surcharge of 25% and 37% introduced for individuals HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP is not applicable on the following incomes. LTCG taxable under 112 and 112A, STCG taxable under 111A, dividend income. Maximum surcharge is 15%. This is the whole English. You understand the English? What has written is not the question. English purida. What is the question? English purida. Do you understand the English? Now only read the red and the green. Are you still able to make sense of the para? Yes? That's the idea. That's the idea. This material is around 196 sides, I think. Around 196 sides, but the material also has red content. If you only read the red content, 196 becomes 70. That is 70 what we're going to discuss in our marathon. Okay, so how to complete that 70 pages in 6 hours is what my target will be. So that the day before exam, you will have around 1.5 days of leave. That day you will have around 1.5 days of leave. My intention is very simple. That 1.5 days of leave, whole direct tax will be completed thrice. Right? Subject before that was, what is the third paper in your exam? You have the third paper as law. You have learned already too much theory in your head. Okay, and you have just completed exam and come back. Too much theory in your head. You will already be in a position to not digest anything more. Right? In that scenario, in next 1.5 days to unlearn law and then relearn direct tax will not happen in a single day. It will not happen in a single reading. Correct? So my intention was very simple. I want to make the book such concise enough that you can read the book thrice at least, so that you can unlearn what is there in your law and then learn what is there in your DT. I'll make it extremely clear to you. If you're planning to read only once and go for the exam, you will not pass, because there are too many provisions to remember, too many things to recollect and come. One time reading, you will not be able to remember. That is why the book has been made for at least 3 times reading, keeping also your indirect tax in mind. Because indirect tax will not happen like that. Indirect tax, you will need that kind of amount. So therefore, my intention is very simple. The day you come back from exam, that first day you will have a break. 5 o'clock, take some rest, come back. That night you will read once. Next day morning, you'll start with indirect tax. Next day morning, you'll start with indirect tax. Full day take off for indirect tax. Evening, second reading will happen for direct tax. Already you know some things when you've done in the first reading. So second reading, what you have to do, you have to only remember what you forgot. Third reading will happen when? Third reading will happen on the date of exam. Now you have to what do? You have to remember what is there in the first day, remember what is there in the second day, only cover what is there in the third day along with the amendments once, because amendments are most important. This is how you'll complete 3 times reading. With your 3 times reading, I can assure you, you will definitely get an exam. Okay? That is the intention which I have made. That is why the book is such concise and I've taken that much kind of efforts. Please work on it. Yeah? Any doubts? No doubts? Great. You see the green highlights? This was basically an amendment for the current attempt. Okay, which means it's an amendment, so you have to be careful about it because the sum will come on this. No questions about it. Yeah? On that note, I think it's not just that which I've done. Find some things like this also. I told you, no, you're all running a battle. The first thing which impacts most of the people in this market is depression. Unnecessary depression coming in. Boss, life is not good. This is not bad. This is not bad. I just thought every time you read a chapter, at least you have some things to motivate you and to motivate myself also. So you will have these kind of quotes and all coming in just to give you that kind of boosted thought, nothing else. Okay. This is what the thought is. This is all nothing which I'm going to discuss. I'm not going to sit in the class. Let's do one physical class. This is all solely for your self reading and all. The point is very simple. I will make you interpret the whole book, but at the end of the day, you have to read this book. Yes or no? So that time you will feel a little motivation with all these. That is the whole thought which I have behind. Clear? Doubts? No doubts? Yes. This is the whole concept material which I have. Question bank I have not taken, but I'll just show it to you probably how it looks like. So how your question bank will look like. Hey, Rahul, color and all is not there, not right. The question bank color yes, the question bank will predominantly look like this. What I have done in this question bank is that I have basically covered your whole study material. Okay? The study material, every question which is there in your study material is already captured in this question. That is why I told you, take your book, say Jai Ho and throw it in the cupboard. That's all. Don't do anything with it. You don't need that book. Okay? The concepts of that book is there in the colorful book. The questions of that is there in the question bank. But Rahul, just because I've copy pasted the study material questions, is it enough? No. Not enough. What I have additionally done is starting the time when income tax was introduced in IC around 1961. From 1961 till date, every question which has been tested from ICA. Okay? If I felt that question has a different understanding than what was there today, that questions will also be there in this book. That questions will also be there in this book because I told you, no, every time you write for 60 marks, the 65th mark will always come. What I've done is till date, whatever 65th mark kind of questions have come, I've also captured those kind of questions in this book also, so that tomorrow you're at least ready to what extent you can do. Okay? Some 65th question comes, that I cannot help. That is what the thought is. You will have two kinds of section coming into this. Section number A will be called your study material questions. Section number A will be called your study material questions. Section number B will be called as blast from the past. Past papers. This does not just cover your past exam papers. It covers your past MTPs, past RTPs, past any kind of all these. You will have these articleship exams and all. No, the articleship exam, the questions also will be covered. Third book is called as an MCQ. Book. This is not a book which ICA publishes, but rather gives us a soft copy in the market. I've taken that kind of MCQs and also incorporated. Again, those MCQs are not the only MCQs which I've taken. I've also captured the RTP, MTP, any other MCQs which they have tested. That MCQs. Basically, does that you have to sit and focus on it. That's all is required. Everything can be found in these three materials. Okay, that is all you need to read. You don't have to go and find another material for your exams. I know there are some people who will come and say, Rahul, there is a scanner in the market. The scanner has around 500, 600 questions. Can I sit and practice on it? Your choice. The only thing I will tell you is that 600 questions are nothing. 600 questions in the 400 questions will be copy paste. That Ram will become Sham, Suresh will become Matthew. That's not difference. If you want to sit and prepare the same Ram and Sham, then your decision. Okay? Otherwise, on the 600 questions, challenging, everything is there in my material. This is all that you need. Okay? Do not sit and waste too much time on direct tax also. You have a lot of papers to do. You have a lot of other papers to do. So we will only sit and focus on this. My recommendation, this will be enough for your exemptions, but what you do is your decision. Waste of time is what I will call, but yes, who am I to judge? Yeah. On that note, let's start with the subject called as direct tax is over. We are in the subject called as income tax laws. The first para is what I discussed some time back. Question to you was, who can levy taxes? Comes from the Constitution of India. Constitution of India basically puts an article called as article number 265. Article number, hey, don't mark anything unless I tell you unnecessary things. Okay, these and all are not coming for exams. தேவையில்லாம அதான் சொன்னேன்ல உட்கார்ந்துட்டு நான் கொடுத்தாலே அப்படியே கலர் புக்கா பண்ணிடாதீங்க. Not required. Okay, too much color and all will also hamper your exams. I will tell you what to highlight. I will tell you what not to. Yeah. Yes. My point is very simple. You are in your Constitution of India. Constitution of India has an article. Article number 265. Read the article 265 for me. Says what? No tax can be levied or collected except by an authority of law. This is where the Constitution comes and says, boss, the only person who can collect taxes is your authority of law. It cannot be a king today. It cannot be any kind of local gundas. It cannot be any third parties also, unless and until they have been given an authority by the law. Look at the line. No, there are two words in this. One word is called as levy. One word is called as the difference. What's the difference? Levy is imposed. What is collect? Collect is to obtain. Why do you have to use both the words? Why did you have to use both the words? Why can't you just, you could have might as well said no tax can be levied except by an authority of law. Or you could have said no tax can be collected except by an authority of law. Yes. Sorry, okay. Why didn't you not use then no tax can be collected except by an authority of law? Really? Post. See, the point is very simple. I told you, we have to start interpreting the law. Which means every word makes a significance. Every word makes a significance. My question to you is very simple. Why have they used both the words? One is levy, one is called as collect. Why can't they just do away with just one word? Did it not make sense when I said no tax can be levied except by an authority of law? You still got the essence, no? Yes or no? Why, when the word levy itself is making the sense to you, why did you need to use the word collect? Same way other ways also. You can say no tax can be collected except by an authority of law. அப்படினா lawmaker தான் collect பண்ண முடியும். Correct தானே? Why did you need to use the word levy? Understand. Why have you used both the words and not just? Important that both actions are taken place. Let's use and interpret and understand. Let's say the word you have used, no tax can be levied except by an authority of law. Tax is levied except by an authority of law. So tomorrow what will happen? Narendra Modi will come and say, the 1 rupee you have to pay 30% tax. 1 rupee you have to pay 30% tax, which means now your tax is 30 paisa. Has Modi levied the tax? Yes, he has levied the tax. So now you know that you have to pay 30% tax. Will you pay? Did you pay? No, why? You will come and say you had the power to levy. You levied. I also accepted. That's all. Did you ask me to pay? Hello. கேட்டியா அப்புறம் எதுக்கு கொடுக்கணும் கேட்டா தானே கொடுப்பேன் நீ you told me Rahul you should work. I said I'm working. Did you ask me to work effectively? சொல்லிருக்கணும்ல or it is collect. No. Tomorrow Modi comes and says, going forward I'll come to your home and collect 30 paisa. I will come and collect 30 paisa. He came to your door. He said, give me 30 paisa. I said, nee yaar sonna 30 paisa. How did you decide 30 paisa? Why did you not decide 1 paisa? Why did you not decide 110 paisa? With authority. No. Both the words have a significance. Okay. Unless you first tell what to do, you cannot tell how to do. No. First சொன்னோம் என்ன பண்ணோம் அதுக்கப்புறம் தானே வாங்க முடியும். Therefore, levy is also important, collect is also important. You miss one thing, nothing is there. Clear or not? Yes, that is why the constitution uses the word called as levy and collect. And collect. Again, they have not used the word and, they have used the word. What is the difference? Have you used this word and or in your interpretation of statutes? Intersyllabus. Might not know. Question. Why is it not levy and collect? Why is it levy or collect? Interpretation of statutes uses the word and or very differently. And simply means both the actions has to take place. Or simply means either of the two can happen. Either of the two can happen. They played smart. They played smart. They came and said, boss, Modi will levy the tax, but some guy in a torn shirt will come and collect the tax. Tomorrow you should not come and say, Modi put on the dice and came and said, pay 30 rupees. So Nirmala Sitharaman will only come and collect taxes. Nirmala varla வீட்டுக்கு நான் கொடுக்க மாட்டேன் சொல்ல முடியுமா? They said authority of a law, meaning authority of law can be anyone. The authority of law who makes the law is your parliament. The authority of the law which collects the taxes is your income tax department. Yes, that is why it is all. Which means any authority of law can choose to levy, any authority of law can choose to. Clear or not clear? Clear? Yeah. Question. We are right now in taxes. We are right now in. You are now very clearly said that you can only levy it by an authority of law. Of law. Question is, authority of law is state or central or both are? Can mean either. Mean. Question. Income tax levied by state, levied by central, levied by state, levied by central, or levied by both together? Hi. Okay. GST is levied by? Why GST is levied by both? Sorry, I know it is mentioned in the union list. Question is why? Why is income tax not levied by state? Answering the why. So the what? Think about it logically. Think about it. What are you talking about? You're talking about income. Will you earn income only from one state? Or will you earn income from multiple states? Multiple states. So what happened is today you are going to sell iPhones. Well, income means what? Income means revenue, or income means revenue minus expense? Revenue minus expense, correct or not? Yes. So what happened is today you decided to sell iPhones. Decided to sell iPhones. You are sitting in Chennai. In Chennai. Where will your expenses happen from? Chennai. Where will your income come from? Will it only be Chennai or can be anywhere else also? Can be anywhere else also. So what happened is you are sitting in Chennai, sold iPhones in Mumbai. By expense. expecting this is the first class, it will not happen. Very bad the same problem. First class will never go effectively. Somehow we complete the batch like that only. It's like a good luck charm. Calling someone. Huh? Mike. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to green. Yeah, it's going. I think the laptop has that fan, no? Just check the YouTube once and come. Sorry, no, it's working. All right, great. Yes, guys, sorry. Where was I? So we have three kinds of lists which comes to the Constitution of India. Every law which is created has to be part of three kinds of lists. One is called as a union list, then it's called as a state list, then it's called as a concurrent list. Income tax falls under state. Income tax falls under union list. What do you mean by union list? By the central, which means the only person who can make laws relating to income tax is central. The central. But is that the only answer? Answer is no. Actually, when it comes to income tax, you need to split income tax into two. You need to split income tax into two. One is called as agricultural income tax. The other is called as non-agricultural income tax. Why? Very good. It's because agriculture income is never the same in all states, and for some reason, India has a kind of Give me 1 second, ma. Hello. Working in the OBS. The mic is not working in the Google. Working in the OBS, but not in the Google. Shall we reload the page? think we should reload the page. Okay. Online students, can you see? Can you hear me? Okay, great. Thanks, Marvin. Yes. Sorry. Let's hope this is the last. Hope this is the last. We have half an hour. Let's effectively utilize. Yes. My question was, where was I? We were in agriculture. The point was very simple. See, what happened is India always had a soft corner to your agricultural income because time of Britishes we always were very affectionate towards our agricultural income. It was only after that that we started our industrial sector and the service sector. So agriculture sector was something which we always kept a close corner to. So income tax came and said, boss, I do not want to touch what is there in the states. I do not want to touch which is there in the states because yes, like we rightly put, state is the one which knows better where the agriculture is. Yes, it's not every state which will have a good agricultural scenario. It's only some states which will have a good agricultural scenario. So those states came and said, boss, I do not want to come and give my share of income to the central department. And so therefore that became a part of state. Coming to income taxes, there are two kinds of income taxes. One is called as agricultural income tax. The other is called as non-agricultural income tax. For our subject, non-agricultural income tax falls under union list. Agricultural income tax falls under, from our syllabus, agricultural income tax is not there. Only non-agricultural income tax is there, which means if today a question comes and says, boss, there is a person who's earned 5 lakh rupees as agriculture income, you will say, it is not taxable as per income tax. It is not taxable as per income tax. That's all you will say. Clear? Yeah. Going forward, whenever I come and have a discussion with you on agriculture income, the first thing which I will come and tell you is agriculture income is not taxable. Agriculture income is not taxable under income tax, which means it is taxable under some other tax. They will take care of it. We do not have to bother about it at this point of time. Clear? Not clear? Yeah. Indirect tax is a part of. What do you mean by concurrent list? Both state and central will make it together. That is why if you notice when you come to GST, you have something called as SGST and CGST, and you have something called as CGST, SGST and IGST. SGST is prepared by, CGST is prepared by, IGST is prepared by central, not prepared by state. State and all. Now which state you will go and ask now, you don't know. Correct? So it is prepared by, clear? Not clear? So tomorrow if someone comes and asks you, Rahul, where do you check whether non-agriculture income is taxable? You will say, boss, go to union list of article number 246 of article number 246 of the constitution. If I have to elaborate it a little further, it basically goes as entry number 82. Number 82 of the list 1, which is the union list of schedule 7 of article number 240. How do you have to remember all this for exam now? Right? This was a time in 1947, 1961. They used to ask this as an MCQ question. Now and all law is matured. Now they don't want to test all these nonsense. For your reference. It is a part of 7th schedule, entry number 82, article number. You're not clear. With this thought in mind, my question, I have paper number 4, 2 kinds of laws. One called as direct tax. There's a difference. Someone standing on your door directly is direct tax. Someone sends his friend, it is indirect tax. Whatever. Direct tax is paid directly, so direct tax. Indirect tax is paid indirectly, so indirect tax. Arida? Yeah. What do you mean by shift? Tomorrow I'll come and say, boss, I do not want income, so you pay on my tax. No? Past. Shifted. How? So today I'm in the best place here. Sangeeta I'm in. Sangeeta. Okay, I'm in Sangeeta. I'm having a dosa. Okay. On that they will levy GST, not levy GST. They will levy GST, Yes. Now what happened is I was sitting in Sangeeta. One of my friend also came along and I said half the dosa you take. So half GST he will pay, correct? Huh? Or I will pay. I will pay the bill. No? Did I shift the burden? Shifted the burden to shopkeeper. So, okay. So it is the criteria of who's paying it, is it? So today if you have your bank account and you pay tax, then only it is income tax. Say you are in India, you have a bank account, so you paid the tax, therefore it is income tax. So tomorrow you come and say, I don't have money in my bank account, I tell my friend to pay on behalf of me, that is not direct tax. The new word called shifting of burden. What is shifting of burden? So படிச்சிட்டீங்க மாதிரி படிச்சிட்டல எங்க படிச்ச நீ கம் தான் தெரியுது இப்போ yes what do you mean by direct tax indirect tax okay consumption okay fair enough one of the answers could be they taken in that way the direct tax is levied on your income the indirect tax is levied on your what else my question okay so then the question which comes is if you are liable for income tax will you not pay indirect tax liable for both just because you're paying income tax will you come and say no I will not pay indirect tax what is the difference you don't have to pay compulsorily tomorrow you'll start fasting tomorrow she'll come and say Rishmita not Rashmita Rishmita tomorrow Rishmita will plan tomorrow lenda I'm going to go fasting because I don't want to pay indirect tax நாளைக்கு lenda Anna Hazare madri you will sit on the you'll sit on the stage and say tomorrow lenda no food no water water ka GST anyway illa so no food I will drink only water correct not the criteria the shifting of burden was the right answer just that you didn't get it right shifting of burden happens in a direct taxes but does not happen in a direct taxes what do you mean by shifting of burden I'll give you a simple example let's take an example who are the manufacturer of who are you meaning who manufactures iPhones Apple manufactures iPhone is it Apple is more of a branding model Apple is more on a branding model Apple does not even manufacture iPhones it's only a seller of iPhones yeah seller of iPhones it only R&D is the iPhone it make a model of iPhone and will give it to someone and someone else will prepare what is the job of iPhone what is the job of Apple அந்த டம்மி ஃபோன் வாங்கிட்டு அதுக்கு மேலே ஒரு பாதி சாப்பிட்டது சேவு போட்டால் அவ்வளோதான் 1.5 lakhs that's all out of your pocket kidney குத்துடலாம் yes Apple does not create your let's say if I have to make the name to you let's say for example there is a company called Foxconn of a global brand company one of the predominant manufacturers of Apple products one of the predominant manufacturers of Apple products let's say what happens is Foxconn Technologies has been given an assignment by whom Apple has been given an assignment by Apple to make 500 iPhones make 500 iPhones what happens is Foxconn decides okay boss 500 iPhones it is going to charge me some 20,000 rupees charge me some 1,000 rupees to me na whom cost ma charge me na Apple charge Apple. So he's telling boss, for every iPhone I make, I will charge you 20,000. So how much is the bill which Foxconn is going to raise? நான் சொன்னேன் நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆரம்பிச்சோன்னே இதுக்கு நீங்க கால்குலேட்டர் யூஸ் பண்றீங்க பாருங்க, அதான் காண்டு. டேய் 5 into 2 10 போட்டுட்டு பேலன்ஸ் எவ்வளவு ஜீரோ இருக்குடா? கரெக்டா இல்லையா? ஆமா, நீ போட முடியாதா? How much is it? What is the bill which Foxconn will raise on Apple? Will it raise a bill for 1 crore? It will levy something called as, yes, levy something called as, let's say for example the GST is at the rate of 5%. What is the total bill? Crore? 5 lakhs. Yes or no? This 5 lakhs is paid by Foxconn. It's paid by Apple. Paid by Apple to Foxconn for the purpose of paying the department. So this is a cost too. It's a cost to Apple because Apple is the one who's going to pay the 5 lakhs. Yes or no? Today it's a cost to whom? Cost to Apple. Clear? Not clear? Perfectly clear? What will Apple do with this iPhone? Keep it at home. They will sell it to customer directly. Huh? Retailers will sell it to, Apple will sell it to retailers at 20,000 rupees. True or false? They will sell it at, in the iPhone, 25,000. Huh? 1.5 to retailer itself. Huh? Hey, consumer will die. Da. Take some number. It's okay. Let's say 1 lakh. Let's say 1 lakh. Apple has decided to sell one iPhone to retailer for 1 lakh rupees. How many iPhones were there? For 5 to teach you maths or direct tax. Yes, the amount is 5 crores. Will Apple raise a bill of 5 crores? Will levy something called as, number is percentage கேட்கலாம். 25 lakhs. Total is, retailer will pay to Apple how much? 5 crore, 25 lakhs. Apple will deposit to government how much? 25 minus 5 lakhs. Apple will only deposit I. This is called as input tax. Called as input tax credit, where what has happened is Apple initially paid 5 lakhs, which means the cost for Apple was 5 lakhs. But Apple got 25 lakhs, and instead of paying 25 lakhs, only paid 20 lakhs. Technically, government got only 5 lakhs. Apple got back its 5 lakhs, yes or no? Apple paid 5 lakhs to Foxconn, got back the 5 lakhs from retailer, which means technically Apple became zero. Technically, Apple's cost became zero. Government got, burden got shifted from Apple to retail will sell it to was prices 1.5 lakhs. Will you do into 50? Will you do into 500? Hey, per retailer, one retailer will take one iPhone. One retail will take one iPhone. I only have one kidney to survive at least. Yes, so one kidney I gave, got 1.5 lakhs. GST on that is 5%. Number is 0.5 lakhs time 7,500. Total is 1,37,500. Question to you. That person, retailer, per iPhone paid how much GST? 5,000. He paid totally 5 lakhs divided by 500 iPhones paid. Achha, sorry, okay. 25 lakhs divided by 500 iPhones will give him 5,000. He paid a GST of 5,000. He got a GST of, he will pay to government. Burden got shifted to. Can consumer claim the benefit? Consumer claim the benefit. How did the GST work? Indirect tax became on consumption model. Final consumer was the person who bought it. He is going to use the iPhone. So the GST cost becomes his cost. Therefore, 7,500 will go out of his pocket. Yes or no? Therefore, indirect tax shifted the burden. Can this logic work on direct tax? Today, you cannot come and say, I have earned an income. Tomorrow, I'm going to use this income for redepositing and making another income. So therefore, redeposit like a tax man. Because again, the model of income itself is its revenue minus. No. When it comes to GST is levied on lakh maladana pota, not on your expense. Who's levying the GST? Who's levying the GST on the bill? For him, it's revenue. Yeah? Any doubts? How GST works? So, put it in a simple nutshell. Direct tax happens on your income. Indirect tax happens on your consumption. Direct tax can shift burden. Direct tax can not shift burden. Third differentiation. Direct tax is progressive in nature. Is it? Progressive. What is the opposite of progressive? Direct tax is regressive in nature. Two big words I've used. I don't know what the meaning is. The book line. No. What the hell is this progressive? What the hell is this regressive? Direct tax works on the model that the more you earn income, the more you pay taxes. Upon indirect tax, what? Just because you say income tax means higher the income, higher the tax, does not mean in indirect tax it is lower the income, higher the tax. Logic in regressive model is that the more you consume, the more you pay tax. The model is very simple. Higher the income, you will pay higher tax, which means technically what will happen? You will become equal. Because the person earning lower income will pay lower tax. The person paying higher income will pay higher tax. Somewhere you will come to an equality. Yes or no? Whereas when it comes to indirect tax, whether it is Anil Ambani consuming an apple or whether it is you consuming an apple, you will pay the same GST. True or false? The difference which will come is that Anil Ambani buying an apple will say it is for business purpose, will claim input tax credit on that apple. Whereas you will not claim input tax credit, because of which what will happen? He will get no cost. Whereas you will get cost. That is where, even though you are a poorer person than Anil Ambani, you are getting more. It does not mean that lower the income, more the tax. The logic is the more you consume, the more it's clear. Which one is direct tax? Aggressive is direct tax. Regressive is direct. Can you give me some examples? Direct tax example. Income tax. And yes, any other example? That's for inter. Next. Next. Any other example? Huh? What? Water tax is consumption, no? Another example. Have you heard something called as Telepatrika? Have not heard, it's abolished. It was abolished before you born also. It was a tax very in the past. It was tax well in the past. There was something called as wealth tax has been abolished. There was something earlier also called as tax. Tax. நீ கொடுக்கறது கிஃப்ட்டுக்கு நீ tax pay பண்ணணும். Giver of gift or receiver of gift? Giver of the gift. But yes, there are exceptions. Exceptions like boyfriend, girlfriend. Know who is going to pay? Don't have to ask. That is why they abolished it. They abolished it. Not working out. Logic itself did not work out. Just to clarify, gift tax is still there. Just that it is a part of income tax. You cannot shift in direct tax to indirect tax. Gift tax has now become a part of direct tax. Tax has now become a part of. Clear? Clear? Yes. Examples for GST, indirect taxes. GST, VAT, sales tax abolished. Next. Service tax abolished. Excise duty only applicable on. Any idea? Excise duty is applicable on customs duty. Excise duty is only applicable on alcohol. Excise duty is the only duty which is applicable on alcohol. That is why it is not levied for GST. Alcohol is not liable for GST. It is liable for excise duty. Reason. Because excise duty was a state law. Alcohol is only restricted to states. The no revenue of alcohol goes to federal, because every state knows how much they get money from it. They never wanted to give it to the state because the moment it goes out of the state, gone only. That is the primary source of income for most of the states. No second thought about it. Second thought about it. So they never wanted to give it to the market. And so they said, but GST also cannot make sense on those models because I do not want to give my portion of GST to them. So therefore, let me have the GST. So therefore, they said most no GST. Keep it with excise duty. The only reason excise duty is still into picture is because of alcohol. The moment GST was introduced, everything was moved out of GST, excise duty, VAT, and service tax. The only thing which was retained was alcohol because India. Second thought about it. Yeah. Last one which is applicable and still in force in the market is what the hell is this? Purchase any products from foreign country or you give any products to foreign country, you have something called as clear? Not clear. The differentiation is given in your books. Check your books. Taxes levied on your income is called as indirect tax. Taxes levied on your goods and services is called as direct taxes. Burden of tax cannot be shifted to another person in direct tax. Burden of tax can be shifted to other person in direct tax. Regressive in nature is progressive in nature is clear, not clear? Coming in exam? Definitely not coming in exam. Need out still now. Last 10 minutes, I'm going to leave the class with this. Last question to you. We are reading a subject now called as income tax laws. My question was like this. Have something called as income tax, or let's forget income tax. You have learnt in foundation something called as companies law, correct? But you have also learned something called as Companies Act 2000. No. Both the same. What is the difference? Why would you want to read it now? Come in 2013 and say, no, I want to read what in 1961 happened. Companies Act definition comes and says companies incorporated in this act or any other act. Doesn't matter. Question. Are they both the same? Yes or no? The subsidiary. I did not use the word rules. Law and act. This law, act is the same, not same. Which one is? Yes, same or not same? Not the same. If it is not the same, which one is bigger? Only for act. All in favor of law. Balance what? None of the above. Huh? Which one is bigger? Law is bigger. Why is law bigger? Why is law bigger? Do you think act falls inside a law or act is separate of law? Act falls inside a law. So which means when you're reading companies law, one of the part you're going to read is Companies Act. What else are you going to read? Right. Okay. How is it a company? HUF is a separate body. Succession Act. Suddenly, like she's going to get married over. Yes. What else will you read? Now what? So there you go. It will be part of the act itself. No? Did they only teach you Companies Act and Foundation? Did not teach you anything else? Company ka. Company ka. Company. Income tax का सुना होते पे ठीक है எப்படி வரும் yes nothing else you have learned I will use the word right now you will feel ashamed Yara Yara no have you never heard about this word called as ஏன்னா ஃபவுண்டேஷன் காமிச்சிருவேன் Yara never heard this word called as no never heard this word called as no okay I know it's there I know I've passed CMA so I know for some reason I know some reason you don't know when it comes to laws basically means you're going to read a lot of things very simple ma today Narendra Modi will come and say that tomorrow you have to pay 30 rupees tax that's all but how to pay the 30 rupees tax is someone else has to tell yes or no how to pay the 30 rupees tax where to pay the 30 rupees tax how come you should pay the 30 rupees tax when should you pay the 30 rupees tax is all the questions which will come do you think all that Modi has to tell you that's where comes rules there comes rules will come and clarify how to do a law come and clarify how to do a law then comes something called as circulars and notifications I'm surprised you don't know this word definitely there if it is not there in company it is there in contract act tomorrow I'll get your book and come you have second class is law no check with Karthik he takes foundation also check with him yes next thing which you have is circulars and notifications circulars and notifications are basically those kind of things which help you to understand things better helps you to understand things better tomorrow I will explain you what is a circular and notification properly with examples and all that but this is what is there is called as circulars and notifications the one thing which you know I know it is there இல்ல மட்டும் சொல்லிடாத Solomon versus Solomon வேற பால்ஃபோர் வர்சஸ் பால்ஃபோர் எல்லாம் ஒரே பேர் தான் என்னடா யாருன்னா தெரியல வேற 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 what RV versus Facey RVனா அந்த பேட்மேனோடது ரெண்ட் கம்பெனி and there was something about Carlyle factory ஏதோ thing இது படிச்சிருக்கீங்களா is it there in the act where is it there in the laws. The laws is a bigger set than what is a act. Laws is a bigger set than what it is an act. You have inside it act, rules, circulars, notifications. Have these 5 items. Coming to income tax. Coming to income tax. You are right now in income tax laws. Hey Rahul, from exam perspective, are you reading income tax laws or income tax act? Reading laws. Laws. I'm not going to let you just like that. The first item which you have is income tax act, then income tax rules, then circulars, then notifications, then case laws, then case laws. He already answered it for me. Especially when it comes to income tax, you have one more special act called as FA, Finance Act, called as Finance Act. All those green things which you see in my book, no, that will be a part of. All those green things which you see will be a part of Finance Act. Rahul, when does this happen? And the 1st February course Sunday varum theriyuma. Shares and all will break on 1st February. Happens on the day of budget. On the first day of February, Nirmala Sitharaman will come on the dais and she'll explain you something called as budget. First half an hour, she'll be talking all nonsense. We did this, we did that, we did this, we did that. Kadasi last minute, she'll come and say, now I'm coming to the most exciting thing for everyone called as income tax. And then she'll give you a list of amendments. That is what is a part of Finance Act, which comes as a part of your income tax, which comes as a part of your income tax. This is what we're going to learn from tomorrow. Income Tax Act 1961, Income Tax Rules 1962, Finance Act. Which attempt are you writing example? Number 23 for you will be applicable. Finance Act 2022. Finance Act 2022. Circulars, notifications, case laws out of syllabus. Case laws are out of syllabus for inter. Have n number of case laws when it comes to finals. For inter syllabus, case laws is out of the picture. This is not what we are going to discuss. The balance, everything we are going to discuss as a part of our syllabus. Clear? Not clear? As we go forward from the next class, every single item will be discussed. Every single item will be discussed, and we'll tell you what is the relevance of each of the items to now know. If you have not learned in foundation, learn it in it. Okay, don't come back in finals. I will ask the same question. Finals, do you know what is a circular? Sir, we did not learn in inter also. Then I have a doubt. Let's learn what we have to do properly. Let's rework our foundation and then come back to here. Yes, any doubts till now? What I have covered for you in my material is only the first page. What I've covered in the material for you is the first page. Nothing from exam perspective, but please do refresh your memory when you come further. Yes, next class things are going to go in a lot more speeder because we're going to enter the subject now. We have not entered the subject. No. No subject ke varla. What do you mean by income tax? Tomorrow is when we are going to first understand what do you mean by the subject, and then we are going to get into a lot more specific activities. So gear up for tomorrow. Yeah? Doubts? Thank you, people. Have a good day.